Great show, man.
Thank you.
I loved it. It was
Thank you.
it's amazing. Luciano told me as well. Oh, we talked about what an amazing gig. It was the first thing he said when he came down. We were kind of summoning up the day,
Thank you.
and it was that was great. How did it feel?
It felt really good. I'm coming to the end of a particularly difficult stretch.
Okay.
Just
tour-wise.
schedule-wise, timings and all that. And it feels really good to just be sort of. I mean, look at that.
Yeah. We know.
To be in one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
Yeah.
With some of the most beautiful people in the world.
Yeah.
Which is distracting, but still awesome. And hearing great music, and I got my picture taken with Joan Baez.
Oh wow! We were just talking about that. Yeah. Oh wow!
She came by. I was standing next to an old Volvo truck, and she said, "I want to get in there." She was coming from her gig, off the stage, and it's this old, beautiful. You know how the old Volvos are. They're just gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was sitting there. It was beautiful colors. The way the light was hitting it in the afternoon was amazing.
Oh.
So it was one of those moments that you only get at festivals. So say what you want about festivals. I personally don't like them very much, but when they're great, they're super great, and this one's great.
Oh wow! It's yeah. I mean, I'm starstruck. Joan Baez was amazing.
Almost you cried.
Oh my God. Yeah. It was some moments.
She's something.
She's something, and I've been having a very difficult Dylan phase a couple of years ago. Too much, overdosing on it. So and Pontus can't stand it.
I can't stand it.
So she's a good antidote.
Yeah, I saw Dylan live in October. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's kind of what you expect. And it's it's kind of jazz crooner thing. It's not that fun, but it's just you see him. And to see Joan Baez was first time for me.
Yeah.
And I was so thrilled that she opens with Dylan's song. I thought she was kidding.
Yeah.
And then kind of pull it off.
Yeah.
I mean, the Imagine song was a bit. That's okay, but it was fun to see.
Mm. Did she do the John Lennon?
Yeah, with the Pat Smith.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Good Lord in heaven.
Yeah.
Patti Smith too.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But did you see anything?
Yeah, I saw it. I sang along. They wanted to have a sing along.
Yeah.
So Joan Baez were kind of saying like, imagine there's no three people. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. It's easy if you try. But the kind of phrasing came kind of on and off.
Yeah.
So it was like it was kind of improvising.
Yeah. Once again, festivals.
You
never know what's going to happen.
When did you arrive? Did you come today?
No, yesterday.
Yesterday. Did
Yesterday
you manage to get down here? I think.
I did go out. I went out to have dinner last night at a Japanese restaurant. I think it was called something like Shibuya or something. It's not right though.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But it was very good.
But you've
relaxing.
But John's been in. I mean, we met. Was it 5 years ago or something like that? When you were here,
That
quite a lot.
sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. And through our friend Connie.
Yes.
I think it was, and Andreas as
Yes.
well. When you
and Linus and Fatima.
And Linus, Fatima. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Have you seen them since you came in?
I haven't seen them for a very long time, but of course Petra is here today from
Petra's
Gothenburg.
Here. Oh, great. Say
From
hi to her. Tell her
Göteborg.
to come up here and say hi.
Yeah, I know. I can't get any service on my phone. I was trying to tell her what was going on right now. Look,
We have Wi-Fi here if you wanna.
look at that
set it
evil symbol.
I mean, this is great.
My manager's little girl made that for my phone. Isn't that beautiful?
Can we hold it from the camera?
Yeah.
Show it there, Pontus.
Okay, here it is. In black and white though.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Here
John
it
Grant,
is.
or is it like Graham?
I love that. I've had it for a
so
couple of
nice.
years now.
So nice.
I guess she was 6 when she made that for me, and I love it.
Yeah.
And I always get lots of compliments on it too, so it's a nice icebreaker.
That's an album cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least.
But you've been when you were in Sweden. Was it recording you did here? Why were you here so much?
Well, I came. I was going to do something.
the
with,
women.
I was going to do something with your bro Andreas, and neither of us were really in a working state of mind. I mean, the first thing I did when I got to Gothenburg was to find out that I had HIV.
Oh yeah.
That was the very first thing I did there,
Yeah.
and it was
Oh,
January.
was that period? Okay.
So it was bleak.
January.
Yeah, January in Gothenburg. Is,
January in Gothenburg, and I'd got a horrible text message the day before in Berlin. So when I got off the plane in Gothenburg, I had to go find a doctor, and I didn't know anything about anything. And then I got the diagnosis. So of course it was a very difficult period.
Yeah. Insane.
But Petra took such great care of me.
Yeah. You lived, you stayed at her apartment?
I stayed at her place in Valgatan.
Yeah,
Gatan.
I've been there once. I mean, she's so lovely, Petra. I
Yeah.
haven't seen her for a long time now, but
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, she took great care of me, and I think it's one of the greatest times I ever had. But I think subconsciously, I wanted to put Sweden in the background for a while because I had that experience.
Yeah,
here. It wasn't a conscious thing, because I met wonderful people here.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be back and feeling different about everything.
Yeah.
Not being worried about that anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, I always knew I was going to die, so no big deal.
You mentioned is that
And it probably won't be because of that as well. So
No.
is that what you mentioned in the song about the children with cancer or something like that?
yeah, I mean the song "Grey Tickles Black Pressure." It's about getting perspective about your own life, but not forgetting to take care of yourself too. Like you do need to take your own problems very seriously and work on your things and everything, but not be so self-absorbed that you don't have perspective about what's actually going on out in the world, and that there are some people, that there are, for example, children with cancer who aren't complaining half as much as you are about your shit, So I think it's really important. So for me, that song is about, growing up and, and on one side it's like, stop whining about your difficult life because it's difficult for everybody and everybody's got it. On the other hand, you do need to love yourself by taking your own problems seriously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, for real.
So I think, it's about having a good balance. And, it's only taken me about 50 years to get to it.
That's the usual thing, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's you need perspective on things as well, and kind of experiences of life as well, and kind of, and finding yourself. And I was struck by, I think Pontus, he's just been moving houses here in Stockholm, so he's becoming every late. Yeah, it's been a mess.
Sorry.
It's been a mess.
No, please.
But I mean,
My condolences.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and he was doing everything. But Scott, I was so amazed by the presence in your performance, which I spoke with our project manager, PR girl, Ulrika, at the stage. Well, he's so amazing, so confident, and for me, it reminded me a bit when I saw Mark Koselleck a bit from Rose Painters, or heard his stuff, because the way of singing as well, it's not about this songwriting anymore. It's a songwriting 2.0 or something. It's about why can't I just kind of describe and talk about this way I feel, and it's the people loved it. We were walking around, and people in the far away in the back were just kind of clapping. And
that's great,
because it's such warmth coming out from, and it's a mixture as well between your different kind of songs. It's a bit of inspiration of everything, of electronics, but very kind of powerful. I don't know how to describe it, but it's. But you've been touring around for such a long time, right? Different bands and constellations since the 90s, something.
Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of it a little bit, and it's nice because for a long time I didn't feel like I was going to get the hang of it. That's why I almost quit.
Yeah.
Because after 10 years in a band where, we didn't get along, and so you didn't really get a good sense of what it's like to be in a band, because it's very difficult to be creative and make good music, cohesive music that really makes an impact when you're so scattered and there's so much fighting inside the band.
Yeah.
About roles and who's going to do what, and whether it's a democracy or not a democracy, and I never wanted it to be a democracy, and so I shouldn't have been in a band like that, because so it wasn't a good experience really, and I felt like it was my fault, that I felt like a lot of it was my fault, which is some of it is true and a lot of it's not true. I just I think I wasn't focused because of the distractions within the band, and so I couldn't come out of my shell, and so who was my shell, you ask? I couldn't come out of my
your thing.
Yes, I couldn't get out of myself, and to really communicate, and I needed some courage. I needed some courage to be able to talk about what I need to talk about, or what I felt like I needed to talk about, So I guess a big part of that was for me, because I was just sort of content to party all the time and do nothing and really go nowhere, just keep waiting tables in a restaurant, which is a great job. And I met some of the greatest people I'll ever meet, who I still have contact to in that job. But, that wasn't really what I wanted, what I set out to do. And I was just sort of wasting away, spending my days recovering from hangovers and then working in the restaurant, getting more Coke, more booze, and then going out again, then spending the next day recovering, and just the years were flying by like that, Yeah. And so for me, a big thing was, getting off the booze and drugs for me was a way for me to sort of wake up and get back to, what the hell is your problem? What is this that you feel like you need to do? And that was very good for me to do that. But I mean, it's also just the tip of the iceberg, for me getting sober. It just uncovers, giant piles of shit. It's like, in the spring when it thaws and there's nothing but used condoms and dog turds all over the place.
Nice smell.
Exactly.
That's.
So it's just, and you're just like, you're like bulldozing through mountains of garbage, that you've created over the years. And that's great for writing songs, I have to say.
Yeah.
And now you're living in Iceland, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. And so it must be a complete contrast to that kind of period you're describing.
It is. It is, but I really struggle with learning how to live. For all those years, I mean, I'm going to be 50 in 2 years. So for all of these, for the last 40 years, I mean, or 30 years since I've been really cognizant about things, I never learned to do anything. I didn't learn to cook. I didn't learn to take care of myself because I figured there's no future for you. So why should you learn to do anything? You'll never make it that far. Anyway.
Can you cook now?
No.
No.
And that's my thing. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
But I find it quite difficult.
Yeah.
And people say it's not and everything, but I don't know. I find that you go to the store, that's one of the lines for my songs too, I stand in the grocery store and I don't know what to eat anymore, I'd stand around staring at the shelves because it's like, do I buy all these ingredients for lasagna and then go home and make this horrible mess and not want to eat it and throw it away? I don't want to go through that, so I end up going back to a restaurant again, Speaking of vicious cycles.
Or what they eat in Iceland.
But I am slowly learning how to live and do good things for myself.
That's nice.
Like go out at a festival and see air.
Yeah.
And get your picture taken with Joan Baez. You can learn to live again. But I mean, I didn't really know what to do. So for me, it's books and vinyl and movies and exercise is really good. And
that's what you should do. The Icelandic cookbook.
Yeah. Yeah, it would consist of something very American called a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, Iceland by way of Michigan. Yeah.
That's a good combo, though.
I mean, I could eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the rest of my life, and I wouldn't care because I'm quite simple. I mean, I love good, snooty, foodie food. Yeah. But I also love really simple.
Yeah.
But I could eat mashed potatoes for for years.
Yeah. But you live in Reykjavik or outside?
I live in Reykjavik.
Yeah.
Right in. Yeah.
And the food there is.
Well, it's great.
It's great. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of amazing restaurants there.
Yeah.
And
lots of creativity as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just amazing. I mean, everyone talked about soccer, the football season.
That was exciting. Even I got into it for a little bit. Yeah.
You have to if you live there.
Yeah. But I felt very proud, because everyone was so excited.
Yeah. And everyone knew someone who knew someone from the team, probably. It's also kind of small.
Absolutely.
But also in terms, I work a lot with art, contemporary art. And you have Burger, who has the best gallery there. I8, who's in all the kind of biggest. They have Ragnar Kjartansson. They have, Olafur Eliasson has Icelandic parents. And then in terms of the music, we saw Sigur Rós last night.
Amazing.
It was really,
I didn't see it.
No, it was so dark. It was a girl called Anna von Hausfulf. I think she's going to open for Swans now. You know her?
Yes, I love her.
That was so fun. It was just kind of organ and just kind of minor chords.
I love it,
throughout.
love it.
And then Mogwai played this kind of soundtrack to atomic bombs and death. So it was like this whole kind of death trip going
Beautiful.
on. And it ended with Sigur Rós, which we talked about this kind of new age thing. You get up to
brings it up into the heavens.
Yeah, because it was like lots of visuals and the
third day, the third act.
Their kind of high pitched voice. But in terms of as a musician in Iceland, I mean, it's a collaborations. You meet people you kind of like to work.
I mean, I'm really sort of a recluse, I really sort of like to hide, and especially when you're touring as much as I am, I really don't want to leave my apartment when I'm home. So, and I've also, I also feel, I find collaborations very difficult because I have to get out of myself. I mean, it's a really personal thing. It's difficult. I find it quite difficult. And I think that I need to tackle it head on a little bit more because I think it can be really good for you.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like I can't be myself because I'm trying too hard to impress the person that I'm with, and can't just relax and do what I do. So that makes it a little bit difficult for me. And I like to just stay home and read and sleep and watch movies and go outside and have a walk and eat food and
It's a good life.
yeah,
A good life.
yeah, because it's only going to last for a week and then you're out and you're out again. By the time you start to feel like you might have some sort of routine or schedule, it's gone, in nanoseconds, flat.
So yes, we're gonna finish off with John. We're just gonna ask, what's the plan for the rest of the? Are you touring this summer? Or?
No, this is sort of the end of the bulk of the touring.
Okay.
But we're going to go to Japan in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
To do a show there, and I get to play with Toshinori Kondo, who's one of my musical heroes. He did an album called Brain War.
All right.
That if you don't know it, you must seek it out.
Okay, we will look it up.
Toshinori Kondo and IMA, which is a musical collective, Japanese, and they describe it as music for surviving in the big city. It's really incredible. And then I have Argentina for the first time, and some more Germany, and some Russia, and some Poland. So I'm going to get my darkness on. Speaking of darkness.
Yeah, very busy.
Yeah. And
some
then
cooking.
Yeah.
And also,
I just don't. It's not looking good.
speaking of cooking, almost, I remember because we show a lot of videos in this program and talk about inspiration people have seen in terms of videos and kind of ask artists if they have anything in particular. But I remember seeing a video of yours, chicken bones, where you walk around in a chicken dress.
It was like a mock superhero costume.
Yeah.
That was a horrifying video to make because they just had me walk around normal areas of Cardiff, Wales, which is it was a little bit horrifying. But Saturday night, completely sober, walking down the middle of the street in a superhero outfit, and everybody's doing those stag do's and those hen do's and just completely off their rockers, on booze. It was horrifying. But I wanted to stay true to the director's vision. So I was just like, you do whatever I want. I don't care. It doesn't bother me if I have to hate you for a while. We want to get the good. We want to get the goods.
But you work a lot with. Do you do a lot of videos? Do you like to that kind of as a?
I've done 4 already for this latest record.
Okay.
And one just came out for global warming.
Oh, right. Okay.
And you got to check that out.
We will.
I'm quite proud of that one,
Okay.
even though I'm in it.
Which one do you prefer of your videos? If we will show one.
Mars is my favorite.
Mars.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
But I would show global warming because it's really, really cool.
Okay.
I don't know. You be the. I would do Mars or global warming.
And if you
And
have
you have the first one and the most recent one.
we'll check them out. And also, do you have any kind of inspirational video? I mean, that you like yourself, like an old or new music video you felt, from the old days, or more something recent that you feel like, wow, this is the way, that's the way, it's a great way to accomplish the music that you make.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tricky question, I know.
That's a difficult one.
Yeah.
I don't really watch a lot of videos, I have to say.
Okay.
I mean, I remember seeing some recently for Woodkid,
All right.
which I thought, why can't I have a video like that? I was thinking something like that. No offense to anybody I'm working with, but I never have, $500 million to spend on a video, like some people.
Yeah.
And so
Very few people today.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's getting more and more rare.
Yeah.
I'm usually not like this, but I can't think of a damn thing.
We'll take it later. So maybe we should bring. I know you need to rush off soon.
Yeah.
But
But I would like to hug your brother.
Yeah, come in and hug Andreas and.